What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? Girl, I hope you can see me. I feel like I'm so. Girl, I need some goddamn color. Anyway, the Braxtons. You want to know? And I apologize to everybody that's tuning in. And, the ones that have been with me from the beginning and have, when I do these reviews and I usually be so light with it and, not so negative, whatever, but I can only go off of what I'm given and I can only be me and be real with my feelings and can't hide it. So if it comes off very negative, it's because I'm getting negative vibes from this show. And I'm one of the ones that's really, really disappointed. And I say that all the time. But you know what? I was sitting here looking at this, right? And then I scrolled on Instagram, and on the neighborhood talk, they put up a post saying that Trina Braxton doubles down on this whole situation with Gabe and her her niece, and protecting him basically, and saying that everybody truth is not the truth or some stuff like that or whatever, and woo woo woo. And it just ding 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 in my head as to when we up here talking about Tamar the villain, Towanda the villain, Tony the villain. I said everybody the villain. But bitch, the real villain at this point is Trina goddamn Braxton. Put the parents in there too, but we gonna put it all on Trina at this point, because I never would have thought that I would be so totally disgusted by her. Okay, I never would have thought that I would be this disgusted by her. And you know what? That is the reason. That's part of the reason, and that's a big part of the reason. Bump the whole shenanigans with Tamar and Towanda. I expected all of that, but that finding out this information and then finding out the way that Trina has went about trying to combat the information and this situation with her niece, and the fact that when that very first, was it the first episode where she was trying to make herself feel like the victim? Yeah, I really wasn't here for it. And that told me how this stuff was going to go. And it's like you have the opportunity to get on here and to basically say, I know that my actions probably felt this way and I wasn't seeing clearly because I was so blinded by this man, you know? And I did not put my nieces, who was a child, because she was a child. I don't care if she was 16, 15, that's still a child, was being approached and, talked to inappropriately by my ex-husband. And I apologize for that, for the way that I made her feel as if I didn't have her side and all of this stuff. She could have came on here and saw the errors in her ways, okay? People do make mistakes. People do run off emotions or whatever, but then we got to be grown enough to be like, oh, I fucked up. Never has she done that. You're going on live and you're still doubling down on protecting this man and basically trying to paint your niece out to be a liar. Okay? And so therefore, you don't want people to think that about you, and to think that your niece is lying, but everything that she's saying, you're literally doing right now. The way that you accuse, girl, I'm just sitting here like, that's disgusting, and they said that, the only reason why I saw they said Tamar had posted, wow, shaking my head. And honestly, you know what? I ain't got no problem with Tamar going after her like that, because I would be too. And truth be told, I can see why Ashley moved out of the country and don't really associate with them. Because, to be in a family and not to be believed, and you got all of these women in this family, and you still got the main one that's acting very much, and it's not even oblivious. She just deliberately just like, I don't give a fuck. Okay? Gabe, my man, my man, my man. And for her husband, Vaughn, to be in that video and basically, co-signing her and agreeing with her about a man that you literally was about to cuss her out over and got so in your feelings over in the first season because she was still cool with him all the way up until the day he died. And now it's, if he ain't here to say it, and people truth ain't always the truth and all this stuff, whatever, boo, boo, boo. That's right. Are you serious? This is some sick shit, and this just goes to show we can't be looking up to nobody, okay? Truth be told, I don't look up to nobody. We can like people, but we have to save room for the fact that these people that we do like that's up in these businesses and all this stuff, girl, they human just like us, and save room for them to disappoint, because 9 out of 10, they gonna do it each and every time, and I'm thoroughly disappointed, and I don't feel like there's no coming back. And honestly, I don't even like it no more. I'm just gonna be real with you, okay? It is what it is. Moving on, let's just get into the episode 2. Trina and Tony, they still kicking it with each other. Tony thinks she's an interior decorator. Man, now, the editing on this is really confusing, because they was going to the little store, to get some decorations or whatever, so that Tony can help Trina decorate her office, okay? And Tony didn't know what the office looked like, and she was like, I can't get too much because it's just a little small thing or whatever. And she was like, it's small. And she showed her a picture of it, and I'm like, wait a minute, wasn't it last week when they came down there to Trina's office and we found out that she was doing real estate? They came to her office. Did you see it then? So that's why I'm like, the editing is out of place. So clearly this scene came before the scene of them last week when they came to the office or whatever. So, okay, cool. Fix that. I hate when I can tell when the editing is out of place. I just hate that on any show. But okay, cool. That was a nice little moment, I guess. We get to this whole situation with Vaughn and his health, and and this is what pisses me off, because I can't even feel sympathetic for her in her situation, because I don't like her husband, and at this point I don't like her, okay? And mind you, what they're talking about is something that is so real, and especially given that it is dealing with African American people and how we are sustainable to a high blood pressure, heart issues, heart disease, congestional heart failure, and all of this stuff. This is a good moment to put out there and to be like, you got to take care of yourself, and, show the ins and the outs and everything of that matter. And the whole time, I'm just disgusted by this bitch. I'm sorry. The message is cute, because that's what it is. Go get yourself together. Go get yourself checked out. And, she was trying to be a wife, was concerned about the fact that, he didn't want her in the doctor's room when she was talking to the doctor. And he said it was only because he had asked the doctor, will he die from this? And if so, how long would he have? And I mean, I get it. I get why he asked, because, you don't want to stress. Your wife already stressed out. You don't want her to know all of that and be even more stressed out. And, I get it. And so basically the lesson is, and the moral is, baby, we got to get ourselves together. Case in point, I done lost 8 pounds, okay, since Monday. And, I'm happy about that, because at one point it just felt like everything was just staying the same. It wasn't gaining, it wasn't losing. I was getting really frustrated, and to see that scale go down, I said, yes, bitch, yes. Okay. And I'm pretty sure I lost a couple more pounds. I haven't went and weighed myself now, but we got to get ourselves together. We got to get active, and I've been way more active, and I've been eating better and portionalizing shit or whatever. So cool. Vaughn and Trina. Anyway, moving on from that, they'll be all right. Every time we see Trina, she in the kitchen cooking. Goddamn. Hooking Mama E up with Sean's friend, Mr. Larry from apartment 3B. That's Sean's little biker partner. And Towanda, baby girl, y'all do this just about every other season on the Braxtons, no matter which iteration it is. Stop trying to hook your mama up, okay? Because it goes absolutely nowhere. That lady is the type of woman, no disrespect, but there are some people that claim that they are over the hurt that they went through in one relationship. And with Mama Braxton, I could understand it to a sense, because of the fact that her and Braxton Sr., they got together and she was very young, and that was her first, okay? And she was with him for so many years, had so many kids with him, built this life, and for it to get trashed and tumbling down like it did. and in the way that it did. Because, baby, truth be told, I'm not upset. If it would have came out that she had never ever spoken to Michael Braxton again, I would not be upset at that, because what he did was very foul. You leading the congregation, you got people in the congregations that's coming to the crib that I'm befriending, and you fucking on them. And not only that, the bitch that I thought was my friend been fucking my husband. And not only that, he went and married the hoe. Okay? Yeah, she got a right to be upset about it. It feels the type of way. But baby girl, at one point in time, you know, we gotta let that go. We gotta move on. Well, we ain't gotta let it go, but we gotta move on, and we gotta live life, and we can't let that stun us. And I feel like she really let that stun her, because she ain't know nothing prior to him, and that was a big major hurt. And so therefore, that's why we see it all being displayed and spilled over into her kids. Michael Jr. ain't worth a damn. Okay. Michael Jr. ain't worth a damn. Baby, that was, honestly, that was probably the most shocking thing out of this whole family, that I found out when Ashley put that tea out about how her daddy was, and how he allowed the stepmama to treat them, and how her own mama didn't even give a damn about him. Baby, I was just like, gasp. Oh my goodness. And then for people that be like, yeah, I've worked with him, or I seen him and he gives me creep vibes and all this other stuff. And I'm like, yo, I didn't even know that was going on. But I can see it. Now I can see it. You know what I'm saying? You kind of open your eyes and you're like, whoa, bitch, it was right there. Okay. And so, yeah. And people just like, you spoil all of that, and you put that all on your kids, okay? And that's why they so goddamn messed up as it is right about now, okay? And then, you know, every time y'all do this, we know it's for show, because Evelyn does not want a man in her space. And honestly, I understand it, and I get it. Bitch, why are you? She done been by herself so long, girl. She don't want nobody in that space with her. Okay, but you know, they did have a little date. They set her up with Mr. Larry, and you know, just so that she could have a date at Towanda's wedding or whatever. And she said he was a nice little conversation, and she got in her feelings a little bit, because she had to ask him if he wanted to take her, instead of him just saying, yo, so you want to go to the wedding? Want me to be your partner at the wedding? And she had to take the lead. And, he was a nice looking guy too. He was a nice looking guy. But, yeah, we know ain't nothing gonna come of it. We know ain't nothing gonna come of it. But, yeah, that was cute. Remember, Doc? Sorry. Anyway. Girl, spam callers. Also, if you got AT&T, y'all go on there and look up AT&T and do that settlement situation, and see if you can get a little taste of the little settlement, and get you a little piece of it. Because remember when they had that little data breach that happened? Yeah, so it's like over almost $200 million lawsuit or whatever, a settlement that they had, and they got to give it to the people. So put your claim in. I don't know the website, or do I know the website? Because I just did mine early this morning. So, because the due date, the last date is for the 19th or the 18th. Is it? Deadlines get, wait, what? The 18th, I believe. It's telecomdatasettlement.com. Okay? But if you didn't hear all that, just type in AT&T settlement. There you go, into your browser, and it should pop up and tell you some information about it. Fill that shit out, do what you got to do, and get you a little change off of it, But anyway, don't ever say I ain't never did nothing for you. But moving on from that, then we got Tony and her kids' graduation. Denham is graduating from the Fasting Institute of Lamert. And then we got Diesel. He's graduating from Howard. I remember when Diesel got into Howard, and I was just like, oh my God, because he's a little autistic, but he's high functional, if you ask me. He's high functional. And, that was very beautiful that he was able to get up in there, and that he stuck it out. And, he was very much getting along with all of the things. And that was really nice. And I did see the pictures and the videos. I think it was at Diesel's graduation when they had a little controversy with what Tony wore. Tony just want to be sexy all the goddamn time, baby. We know you are. she one of those way, and you could tell the way that Tony be sexy all the time. You know, you could tell that she was a PK kid, okay, and she was repressed. So now let me put it all out there, girlfriend. All right, I'll never forget that. I said, Tony, what you got on at this little boy graduation? I was like, bitch, I would have been looking like, okay, but you know the people had a problem with it, but I understood. But you know, with denim, it was real nice. It was real cute. Was Carrie there? I didn't even notice if he was. I hope he was. 919, I'm pretty sure he was. That was the daddy. So yeah, and when they left, whatever, of course it was a proud moment. These are the moments that I do like with the kids, and you know, them just being in their regular elements and being proud parents and things of that such. That's one of the things that I really did love about the Braxton sisters. And then he pulled up in the garage and he was like, somebody is in my space. This ain't never happened to me. So what is this? Girl, they get out the car. It's a electric blue Maybach. Maybach music. Okay. I was like, oh snap. Denim, you got a little core or whatever. And old boy who was filming, he was like, this is from your mom. I said, Birdman brought him a car. That's stepdaddy duty, bitch. Tony, you ain't better, you know, hey, and it's fine. It's fine. That's great. I cannot believe that they were together. Yeah, I know that's the reason why she was about to beat my ass at that dinner table. Because she said, so what, you think I'm sleeping with Brian too? Tony said, bitch. And I said, girl, sit down. Sit down, Lil Michelle. But yeah, so you got that going on. That was really nice. That was really cute. You know, I love it seeing when the kids be so grateful. One thing I can't stand is an ungrateful ass child, okay? Cause you didn't earn it. Your parents decided to give it to you, you know? So be thankful, and he really was, and I loved that. So moving on from that, Towanda getting ready for her wedding. It's a week away. She's getting her nails done. When she told Brooke, you're gonna have to change your hair. Now y'all are so mean, bitch. Like, I understand that y'all don't like Towanda, but it was just cause Towanda and her baby Sean, her husband. I was about to say her baby daddy. They ain't got kids together, but them might as well be his kids, cause that video that he posted of the this is me trying to humanize Towanda's situation, because I know a lot of y'all don't like her. But, you know, I got to find the niceness in certain things sometimes, somewhere. But that part when he posted the whole wedding for the most part, and then that one scene where Brooke and him had that little moment where they was hugging each other and all that stuff, and then he was crying, she was crying a little bit, and she was like, he basically said that was the first time that she was like, you know, I want to call you dad. And I was just like, oh my God, bitch, that would have broke me down too. Okay. Because if you don't know, Andre ain't worth a damn. Andre ain't seen them kids. Truth be told, I feel like I don't even remember how Andre and Towanda got together. I think they met at a club or something like that, and then they did the do, and they was like on and off for a minute, and she fucked around, or they accidentally got pregnant, and so now he was stuck with her, because I truly don't feel like he ever really wanted to be with her. It was just one of those things where it was supposed to have been a one-night stand, and then they tried to make it into they tried to make it into excuse me, they tried to make it into an actual marriage or whatever, and it didn't work because he, again, wasn't worth a damn. And as soon as that divorce came through, he ain't been around them kids. So Sean has been the daddy, and they only talk to him like that. So that was really cute. You know, and y'all was going in on that little girl hair. All I gotta say is I just thought the hair was heavy. Cause I know, especially when I wash my hair, especially, like, it gets heavy sometimes when water touch it. Not even when I wash it, because once you wash it, it gets all that gunk out and it feels a little bit lighter or whatever. But sometimes when the water just get on it, it just get real heavy. So I'm just looking at it, I'm like, is it heavy on your head or whatever? But you know, that's her own little personal style, and y'all was making fun and doing all of that. That was really bad. Y'all can't do that. Let people express themselves. She's very introverted, I could tell. But yeah, girl, I ain't give a damn about that wedding and shit. I'll say all that to say. Oh, that one girl, that one lady, I don't know who her name is, the one with the braids. Okay, she listen, is it Towanda wedding or is it her wedding? Because she be taking charge. She be taking charge. We gonna do this and we gonna do that. So when you come in tomorrow, do not come in on the front. You come into the back. I don't care what anybody else says. This is what you do, you know, and you hear it now because we want to. I mean, I guess we gotta have somebody like that, but girl, she something about her just don't sit well with me. But anyway, moving on from that. But hey, girl, yeah, sometimes people do too much for me, and it'd be the smallest thing, and I'd be just feeling like people do too much, and it ain't even that. So we get that Towanda got her cast off. Woo woo woo. They was making it such a big deal. Girl, okay. She got her cast off, which is fine. And then we get to Tamar with this whole, you know, victim, my friend, family don't like me. And yeah, some of them don't like you. Okay? And that's just really all that it is. And it's not just from something that just occurred. All of this has been building up, and this has been going on since y'all was younger. So that's just really what it is, okay? And, you know, hey, it is what it is, okay? She talking to that lady that do her podcast or whatever it is, and seeing how they can maneuver around the whole situation. And again, what I say is, don't go around where you are not wanted or where you feel you are not wanted. Okay? That's just all that it is. If you feel like these women do not fuck with you like that, which at this point in time, Trina and Towanda do not fuck with you. Okay? The only one that do fuck with you is Tony. So therefore, you don't need to be around. And you don't need to do nothing else for them if you have been doing something for them. Truth be told, at least I don't even feel like they will even be receptible to it at this point. Okay, I feel like that bridge has been burnt to cinder pieces. And I know family fights and all that stuff, but y'all are doing this shit publicly. And you're taking it from the, you know, criticism that's been coming from the TV, and you're putting it on social media in real time. And it's just really, really sad to see. Regardless of how my feelings may be about all of the sisters, this is really, really sad to see the breakdown at their grown age. This and it's sad to see when family members fall out at their grown age, because, and when I say grown age, y'all are closer to than young. You know what I'm saying? We're not getting younger. We're getting older, you know, and all of y'all are either in your 50s or about to be in your 50s. And y'all choose now to really have this big fallout when y'all should really be coming together and being there for each other, especially in your older years, because you don't know, like, with all the health problems and issues that's been going on in this world and everything, you just don't know. This is the time where we need to pull everybody close. And I say this because I told y'all about my mom and my mom and my auntie and my grandmama. My mom is about to be 60. My auntie is what, 55? Y'all old asses is up here going at it all of a sudden over something so stupid, and now y'all blocking each other, bitch. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. We need to be bringing each other together. Am I going to say, I do say that the bridge is burnt, but you know, again, family works in people work in different ways. But at this point in time, I don't see them reconciling Trina and Tamar and Towanda. I don't see them reconciling with Tamar. At this point, I just feel like it's best that they just go into their respective corners, because they don't see it for each other. And it's very clear now. And I don't give a damn who you want to say is right or wrong. We can all agree that this is sad. And I pray for them, because at the end of the day, well, you know, Trina, Trina's stubborn. She just stuck in her ways with that whole Gabe situation. Like, holding on to a man that disrespected the fuck out of you while he was alive and publicly. and publicly. Okay? Like, oh, Lord have mercy. Your kids didn't like him. Your family barely liked him. Like, girl, oh my God. My God today. But anyway, that was the episode, y'all. Like, tell me myself, I know you want your sisters, you know, even though you say that they don't like you, you probably don't like them at this moment. But at the end of the day, they family and they still love each other. And sometimes we just need to take a break and just need to step back and let them try to miss you if that comes about. And let the chips fall where they may. Don't force the shit. Don't force it, okay? Don't force it. Just go ahead and, you know, promote your album or your little EP or whatever, because it's like I said, it's a good EP. Promote that. Focus on your work. Focus on your career. Focus on trying to get all that shit back in order, and fuck whatever else it is that they doing. Okay? That's the only advice that I can really give you, because you can't sit there and just harp on what this ain't happening, this ain't happening, and because it ain't gonna happen. Like, don't let shit stop you. And that's for any and everybody. That's for all these bitches. Anyway, moving on from that. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. I had the day off. Let me tell y'all, it was cold as shit a couple of days ago. Do you want to know how many degrees it is outside right now? It is 63 degrees. And a couple of days ago, it snowed so goddamn bad. And it melted away literally like in 2 days. And when it snowed, it was like 30 below freezing. It was below freezing. It is 63 degrees. All of this happened in the span of a couple of days. Girl, let me get the hell up out. I'm finna go outside. I'll see y'all later. Peace.